2.5 months ago, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer by my doctor. It was discovered by a rising PSA value. The way they detected it is that a year earlier, my PSA had been 3.0 and it had risen to 4.7. That led them to be curious to see if I might have prostate cancer. To determine that, they performed a biopsy in which they took 12 samples, and of those 12 samples, 4 of them came back positive for cancer. The news of this was really kind of shattering. For 2 days, I was like a deer stuck in the headlights. I just didn't know what to do.
The urologist must decide based on the patient's presentation, the patient's history, and the patient's examination, how really to interpret the PSA. You can't just say, well, my uncle in California had prostate cancer and this is what happened to him. Everything's different. You have to really try to individualize it per patient based on their goals, their lifestyle, their age, their current health status. I always tell people there's no free lunch, and any treatment modality that you have, you're going to have risks and complications. Surgery certainly has more attendant risks and complications than radiotherapy, but both have. Cryotherapy, or the freezing of the prostate, has its limitations as well.
It looks consistent with there could be tumor down at the apex. The significance of that is it's right up against the capsule at the apex, and if you, for example, were to have surgery, the chances of having a positive margin based on this MRI would probably be pretty high. Okay?
Positive margin means what?
Tumor going right to the edge of the specimen. We like in cancer surgery, we like to see a rind of healthy cells encompassing the tumor. It gives us more confidence that all the tumor has been removed.
I elected the seed implant because the surgery, to me, in my situation, sounded very much like trying to kill a fly with a sledgehammer. The seed implant was much less invasive and seemed to have as good a results as the surgery.
The seed implantation, it's very good therapy. You have to make sure, though, that you select your patients as carefully as you can. So that means consultation. In this clinic, we get the endorectal MRI. Not all clinics mandate that. We've found it to be very helpful.
Defining the extent of disease within the prostate gland and ensuring, one, that there are no foci of prostate carcinoma which have spread outside of the capsule, and that there are no large foci of prostate carcinoma which may have not been picked up by the random prostate biopsies. This allows Dr. Poggi to target the placement of his radiation seeds or his external beam radiation to the areas which are most likely to have prostate carcinoma.
And then after the endorectal MRI, the volume study, after the volume study, prostate school 2 to 3 hour classroom session, and then medical clearance from your primary care physician. That essentially means that you can tolerate a general anesthesia.
They implant about somewhere between 90 and 130 little radioactive seeds inside the prostate, and the radiation kills off the cancer and the other cells in the prostate.
So we've aligned the gland to match the volume study, and we will begin placing the needles. It's according to the volume study. Each plan is custom for each patient, and that's why we do the volume study, because every gland is slightly different. If it's a long gland, you might have up to 6 or 7 seeds in a needle. If it's a short gland or a short section of a gland, you could have just 2 or 3 seeds per needle. This has 3 seeds and it is 2 clicks back. Good?
So
Big Baker, you're good there.
Now, the hospital that I'm going through is, in my opinion, somewhat unique in that they take a tremendous amount of effort to make the side effects of the surgery and the side effects that are associated with the surgery as minimal as possible. They give you a checklist. It goes over all the different tests that you'll have. Then it starts with a medication schedule, and it outlines on each particular day what medicines you take at which time of day and what their purposes are for. Then after they cover that, they get into a section on the diet, and it's broken down into two parts. One covers the first month after you've had the seed implants, and then the remainder of it gets into the following 2 months, or a total of 3 months. The other thing they do is they give me a whole arsenal of medications to take that will minimize any discomfort and speed the recovery process, which to me is a much more holistic approach to treating this prostate cancer. It's been 2 months now, eating my regular diet, doing all my normal activities I used to enjoy. Life is good.